Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is the newest entry in one of the most milked franchises in the gaming industry. But it's a little bit more than that. It's a return to form, a masterpiece of storytelling in a series that has been struggling with its campaigns for years. Released in October of 2024, this game smashed records as the biggest Call of Duty launch ever, with incredible numbers during the launch weekends. But numbers alone don't explain why it stands out. In fact, standing out for several different reasons is what made its number so high. In this video, we're going to explore what makes Treyarch's games consistently better than the rest, why this campaign is a triumph, and how it elevates the Black Ops series to new heights. Just a heads up, this video will dive into spoilers, so if you haven't played through the campaign yet and want to experience it blindly, save this video for later. I'll wait, we have time. Now, let's get into why Black Ops 6 might just be the best Call of Duty campaign ever made. Let me explain something first. Call of Duty is owned by Activision Blizzard and they work on a 3-year development cycle with different producers: Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games and Treyarch. When one of the studios releases their entry, then they have 3 years to create the next one while the other two studios release their entry in the coming years. It can be confusing, but it's been like that for quite some time. Also, it's important to note that Black Ops is a sub-series entirely from Treyarch, but this one was created with the help of the team from Raven Software, which already served as co-producer for other Call of Duty titles like Black Ops Cold War. Treyarch has built a reputation for delivering the most memorable Call of Duty experiences, and I'm talking about campaign, multiplayer and even zombies. I mean, how can you not remember what the numbers mean, Mason? Yeah, if you didn't catch that reference, it's from the original Black Ops, released way back in 2010. If you've been following the series for the past decade, you've probably noticed that Black Ops games often get more love from fans, at least according to some websites and platforms like Reddit or Twitter. Yeah, it sucks, I know. Just look at Black Ops 2. It is still widely regarded as one of the best entries in the franchise history. While other developers focus on new flashy gimmicks or overly simplistic narratives, Treyarch tries to strike a balance. Their games have heart and grit, but aren't afraid to embrace chaos and creativity. They are not perfect, and sure, even the Call of Duty formula is already way too much repetitive. It's hard to innovate on something that comes out every year. Just look at sports games. They're the same every single year. Black Ops 6 though tries to keep on the Black Ops legacy very much alive, and they definitely managed to do it. It's the 6th entry in the Black Ops series, and Treyarch's approach shines through. It blends grounded military storytelling with bold, unexpected twists, and even some fantastical stuff out of nowhere, creating something different and unique. It's also not just about flashy action sequences, it's about creating a story that hooks you and characters that stick with you long after you've put down the controller or the mouse. That's the Treyarch difference. The campaign in Black Ops 6 is a triumph, and I don't say that lightly. At around 8 to 10 hours long, it has a decent length, not too short like some recent entries and not way too big in a way that just drags itself. I took my time and clocked in about 9 hours, trying to soak in every detail. It kicks off in familiar Call of Duty territory. You are part of a CIA team fighting terrorists. The first mission is linear, action-packed and very much in line with the military shooter formula we know. But then, the narrative takes a sharp turn. You are suspended from the agency and forced to go rogue due to some unexpected developments on the first mission. This setup creates a compelling dynamic. You're not a bad guy, but you are working outside the system to do what you believe is right. It's classic Black Ops really, a story of blurred lines and moral uncertainty. And then there's the cast. Fan favorite characters like Frank Woods or Russell Adler are back, playing significant roles once again. Their presence doesn't feel like cheap nostalgia bait, they are integral to the story and its development. Treyarch weaves their arcs seamlessly into the plot, adding depth and stakes to every mission. Treyarch didn't just rely on storytelling to make Black Ops 6 great. They have tried to introduce some innovative gameplay mechanics. Maybe not all are perfect, but they work. First, let's talk about the semi-open world level. This was a bold move for a Call of Duty campaign, and it worked brilliantly. And yes, it's different from the experiment made in Modern Warfare 3 with the open combat missions. Instead of a strict linear path, you're given a map with multiple objectives, protecting convoys, sabotaging enemy sites and more. You can approach them in any order, adding a layer of freedom rarely seen in the series. The majority of them are optional, while only 3 are mandatory. Naturally, going for the optional one grants you more rewards, but honestly, I felt they could have explored a little bit more. The rewards just don't feel rewarding enough. Still, one of my favorite missions of the entire campaign. And then there's the perk system. As you complete missions, you can collect hidden cash to upgrade your base and unlock perks like faster reloads or reduced explosive damage. These upgrades aren't just fluff, they genuinely affect how you play, especially on higher difficulties. Some of them behave exactly like the ones you know from multiplayer, giving a small sense of replayability to the campaign. You can even not upgrade anything at all and just try to do it bare bones, with as much handicaps as possible. And of course, we have the new Omni movement mechanic. It makes combat smoother and more dynamic without straying too far from the boots on the ground gameplay that Black Ops fans love. Although I'll be honest, being one of the main differences in movement from the past titles is something that I used very little during the entire campaign. Since I played on Veteran, the hardest difficulty, I tend to play a bit slower and be more cautious on my decisions. Rushing and diving in open fields don't go hand to hand with that playing style, which made me experiment less with the new movement mechanics. But all in all, these are the kind of innovations that show Treyarch's commitment to pushing the franchise forward. And there's zombies, and yes, you heard me right, there's zombies in the campaign. That's where a bit of the fantastical part comes in. Sure, you're drugged and hallucinating, but are you? It's a very different level from what we are used in a Call of Duty campaign, and it's fantastic. Do you remember the music easter egg from Kino der Toten, the Nazi theater zombie map in the first Black Ops? You're in for a surprise in one of the bosses of this mission, that's all I'm saying. And it was easily the best mission in the campaign, and not only because it was unexpected, it was really well designed in my opinion. Still, as much as I love the campaign, it's not without its flaws. The ending leaves several loose ends hanging, which is frustrating given how tightly the rest of the story is written. It feels like they ran out of time or wanted to keep things open for a potential sequel, but it ends up feeling rushed and way too open. You don't really understand what happened to two of the main characters, and you get a glimpse of someone that's responsible for a big part of the plot. Yet, you don't have a clue on who he is. It's weird, because they make you feel like you should know. That said, these issues don't overshadow the overall experience. The journey is so engaging that it's easy to forgive a slightly underwhelming conclusion, at least to me. What do you think? When we compare Black Ops 6 to recent Call of Duty campaigns, the differences are night and day. The last few entries felt phoned in, short campaigns with uninspired writing and forgettable characters. Black Ops 6 on the other hand, takes risks, delivers a well-written story and provides innovative gameplay. Treyarch knows how to craft a campaign that feels both familiar and fresh, and this game is proof of that. It's a love letter to fans of the series while also being bold enough to try new things. So, where does Black Ops 6 campaign rank for you? Is it the best Call of Duty campaign ever? Or does something like Modern Warfare 2 or the original Black Ops still hold that crown? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video and consider subscribing. It really helps out, and I've got plenty more deep dives and gaming content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.